Hello, thank you for connecting with me today. I want to give a really big thank you to my subscribers and everyone who supports my channel and helps me on this journey. I love connecting with you. I love interacting with you in the comments. It means so much to me. I love all the support, all the likes, all the subscriptions. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. You keep me going, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I thank you so much. If you would like to skip ahead, feel free to check the timestamps in the description box below. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you very much, and let's get on to our readings. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to 2018, January 2018, New Year. Woohoo! Doing this in the wee hours of the night just for you, just because I love you. It looks like you have some great love messages, so go Gemini. I also want to say in your spiritual messages, in your soul's journey, you have a card. I thought I saw it in October maybe, but you've had this recently. You have Archangel Gabriel, and Gabriel says, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So, get it together, Gemini. Conditions are favorable, right? Oh, I decided I'm not going to read from the book, but I will copy that extended version in the description box below if you want to read more about Archangel Gabriel. But she's come up in some other readings, and it makes sense because Geminis are about communication, right? They're the third house. They're very talky, gift of gab, and we love them for it. Spirit, could you clarify wave and the Hierophant reverse in Gemini's soul sector? For Gemini and all those who love Gemini, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. Could you please clarify wave and the Hierophant for me, please? One more shuffle for Gemini and all those who love Gemini in their spiritual life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Let's see, we have the Emperor and the Magician. So you may be dealing with an Aries in your life. I also see a Taurus, possibly a Cancer or a Leo, but we have all major arcana energies right here. So this spiritual journey that you're going on, this particular message, this is a big message. So listen up, Buttercup, because this is important. Your mission, your purpose is to communicate your truth with others, to communicate your view of the world, your, certain flavor with words, your stamp on the world, right? It's your time to leave your stamp on the world. So we have wave here, and wave in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is the Chariot. It shows a man who is... Well, it can mean several different things, but here's what I'm picking up. So it usually shows a man who is driving his chariot. He's driving his horse. Could be talking about getting up in the car and moving, like leaving it all behind, because we do have the Hierophant reversed right here. And the chariot or the wave, this is a man who is pulling a chariot away from civilization and into a new frontier. So you could be going into a new frontier. This whole arts communication thing could be a new frontier for you. It is something that might be a little rebellious in nature for you, because the Hierophant is a card about tradition. It's a card about conventionalism. It's a card about doing things the right way. So you know, taking a 9-to-5 job. It's a card about living a traditional life. You know, husband, wife, 2.5 kids, picket fence, all of that. But you are actually going away from that. The Hierophant is reversed, so you're kind of rebelling from that. You're kind of switching things up and not doing things the traditional way, not doing things in conventional ways. That could be part of the message you're supposed to get across. That could be part of it could be part of, it could be the, I keep wanting to say driving force. Of course, the Chariot is about driving, but, you know, it's this wave of your spiritual team pushing you to go into the next frontier, to go into the next adventure, to go into that next journey, right? So, I feel like it's definitely job and career related, because we do have this communication and arts card. We have the Hierophant, which can mean like traditional 9-to-5. We also have the Emperor, which can mean a traditional 9-to-5 job too. So you may have not left this traditional 9-to-5 job, and I know we're not in the health, career, and money sector yet, but I just want to, I mean, it's coming as a big message right here. You may have not left this job yet, but it's in your mind, it's in your heart, and you know it's something you have to do. You're just waiting on the wave to carry you to the next step. But the Emperor is, it could also be, speaking of the Divine Masculine is someone who is very driven, very focused. He provides for those he loves. He protects those he loves. He builds an empire so that the ones he loves has enough to sustain them, so that he can provide for all the necessities of those he loves. He is in control. He is determined. He is focused. He is, you know, it's like sexy daddy card too. So a masculine energy that's like, you know, I know she wants it and I'm going to give it to her type of attitude. So it's very like bravado and macho. But, you know, when it's reversed, it's speaking toxic masculinity. But when it's upright, it's like, you know, that, ooh, sexy type of masculine energy. We also have the Sun reversed, and the Sun is never a bad card. The Sun is always happy, positivity. It's the best card in the zodiac, and we see two little fairies dancing in the sun. They're happy. They're celebrating. So you could be undergoing some sort of celebration. She has a little daisy in her hair. They're just, it can also talk about children. So you might be with your, it might have something to do with children. But the Sun reversed, it could talk about maybe feeling like a little bit of, it's like a little lack of self-esteem, a little lack of confidence. Maybe there's like a little bit of, like a lack of faith, because, or not a lack of faith, but kind of second guessing yourself because you are, you know, it's not upright. It's like partly cloudy. It's like, you know that you're going to meet this goal, but there's still a little like, oh, can I do it? This is scary. Because it's not the tried and true path, right? It's an unknown path. It's the frontier. It's a new adventure. It's a new journey. You've never done this before. We also, but know that you are perfectly capable of it. The Magician is someone who has all the tools, all the experiences, all the talents, all the like divine purpose within him to create the life that he wants, to co-create the life he wants. So he takes all of his resources. He takes all of his skills and his talents. He takes all of the like magic power within him, and he makes whatever he wants, right? So he has the wand for his creations, for his for the fire in him. He has a cup for his emotions. He has a sword for his truth, for his communication, for his writing, for his speech, and he has a pinnacle for his money, for his house, for his time, for his you know, bank account, for his job, for all of that. And so whatever he wants, he can go get it. Love it. Want you to go get it. So this is most likely to do with your career. We are going to move into your career reading, but first, message from our sponsors. Okay, Gemini, thank you for your patience. This card fell out, and I thought it was, like, I just got done doing a reading, like, just a personal reading for myself, and it was for me, but, so I wondered, like, is this really for Gemini? And, I felt like it was. So, Moonlight goes on to say, Moonlight says, your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. Moonlight Reverse says, stop analyzing. Too much analyzing is getting you nowhere. Stop overthinking things. You may be exhausted from second-guessing yourself all the time and losing your footing. Are you insecure about your ability to make good choices? Step back and regroup and enter a more trusting relationship with the flow of life. Don't become overly concerned about perceived mistakes. How will you learn to dance if you don't occasionally take a misstep? On the moonlit pathways, you can discover love and truth and wondrous things. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Go play, have fun, and stay open and trust. It's interesting because we have the moon here and the sun here. So like an eclipse energy. There is an eclipse on the 31st, I believe. So I would pay attention to that date. Perhaps something in your money, health, and career is going to activate during that time. Or perhaps you can work on manifesting what you want during that time. Or during, like, up until the eclipse. And then once the eclipse happens, that manifestation is going to take effect. Spirit, could you clarify legacy and the Two of Cups for me, please, for Gemini and all those who love Gemini in their money, health, and career sector. Money, health, and career for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. I love the Two of Cups. It is such a romantic, Clark Gable, dreamy card. It's one of my favorite cards. I mean, obviously, it's one of my favorite cards, like, period. I'm a Libra. I love love. I love partnership and twos and all that. But, and this deck is just so dreamy and Hollywood and perfect. Some of you may be like Hollywood dreams, right? Because we have communication in the arts, and like I said, this is like a very Hollywood romance type of thing. And we have legacy. Ooh! Maybe. Maybe. Holler at me. I'm in film and TV, y'all. Let's network. Let's connect. Yes, that's my day job, if y'all want to know, if y'all want to network, if y'all want to connect. Always have to hustle. Spirit, 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 thank you. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for Gemini and all those who love Gemini. Spirit, could you clarify the Two of Cups and legacy for Gemini and all those who love Gemini in their money, health, and career? Woo! One more shuffle. Thank you. Five of Wands and the Hermit. Okay. So what I'm seeing is maybe there's an inactivity, or I do see inactivity because we have the Hermit here, excuse me. So maybe you're not quite ready if this is like a career pursuit. And it's definitely creative because we have the Wand suit in this money sector. You may be working things out within yourself on a creative level. You may be taking time out for yourself. You may be keeping to yourself. I see, it has to do with communication and the arts. So in this particular deck, we see the Hermit, and he's in a tree reading his book. Isn't that cute? So you may be doing research or like writing at night and just kind of holding yourself away and working really hard, like in a like introverted level, not really networking or connecting right now, right? It may have something to do with romance. It may have something to do with love, dating, and this is going to be your legacy, right? This is going to be your mark on the world, your stamp on the world. I love it. I say inactivity and not a whole lot of networking because we have the King of Acorns here, and the King of Acorns is someone who's very sexy, funny, popular, and he's all about like making those connections and meeting as many people as possible and hobnobbing and all that stuff. Whenever it's reversed, it's kind of like an inactivity. If it's in health, it can be like a low sex drive, but I don't see any health messages here, so what I'm seeing is you are tucked away, you are working on your legacy, on your project, you are working behind the scenes, and so you're not in that stage quite yet to network. There might also be, this Moonlight card said not to second guess yourself, right? Or doubt your abilities, so what I might suggest with this Hermit and holding yourself away, like being singular, is to maybe collaborate, but also just to get a second opinion. The Two of Cups, I was talking about all this like Hollywood romance, but it can also be just like partnering with each other. So it could be friendship or business partnerships. And so you might want to get a writing partner or a, whatever field you're in. You might want to get a partner or second eyes on your piece so that you can kind of detach yourself from it if you are second guessing yourself. I mean, I write too, and it's a grueling process, so I understand. Sometimes we're like overcritical of ourselves, and sometimes like we've worked on it for so long that it all just looks like gibberish to us, and so we cannot like make sense of it anymore. We're just too like in it. So to have another set of eyes on your piece might be a good way to get a different perspective and improve it. I see there might be a lot of competition doing this because we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is like a sport, like people competing. So if you're in arts and communications, get used to it, honey, because there's lots of rejection, there's lots of competition, and it takes a good sport, right? It takes someone who keeps trying and works on their craft. I also want to say that the Hermit card, you can also be dealing with Virgo. Virgo might be a good person to take that second look because Virgos are very, they scrutinize a lot and they're very analytical and like good proofreaders, I could see. But also, the Hermit is someone who typically is walking through this cold, dry desert in like the dark of night, and he has nothing to guide him but his lantern. So it's about this inner compass, this like enlightenment and this intuition that you have, and this like inner soul's journey, right? This I feel like throughout this process, if you are working on a project, then there's going to be a lot of personal growth within this project that will help in your spiritual life. So no wonder that it was connected to your spiritual meaning. So let's get on to your love messages. You got a great reading, Gemini. I love it. Okay, love. You got 3 messages, so that's always good. We have, choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. So not a whole lot to say. There's a butterfly here, which can indicate transformation, but we also just have like it looks like a family reunion, like all these people, and in like the main image is this woman up here, and I'm picking up like a Lucille Ball type of character. She has like curly red hair. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but whatevs. We also have express your love through gifts. Give a small token to someone. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. Geminis are very generous, so I can see that. We have it looks like they're 2 mermaids, or a mermaid and a merman. They're in like this lagoon, like kind of like a Loch Ness lake type of thing. There's mountains behind them and like willow trees hanging down. And the mermaid is reaching out her hand, and the merman is holding a clam with a giant pearl in it, and there's fish swimming by. Very pretty card. And then we have show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. And we also have, there's a woman sitting in this like woodland, sunlit woodland area, and she's with these little woodland creatures, squirrel, deer, badgers, and foxes, and cute. So giving gifts and showing acts of kindness, that's going to be important for you this month. Let's get on to your extended message. So we have the Lovers card in your love spread. Can you believe it? It's perfect. Everyone wants it there. I think you might have had that last month. It could also represent you too, but in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's the Lovers. I chose Magnetism to illustrate this card because Lovers is like two complementary elements that attract each other, right? It's like two little magnets that you can't really explain, like love, right? It's just this like they just like you can't explain like attraction. It's just like this unspoken language. Maybe you guys can because you're the like wordsmiths, right? But we have Magnetism and the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about moving from turbulent waters to calmer waters. So if you had a turbulent single life, you might be moving into a calm relationship. If you had a turbulent relationship, you guys might be like fizzling into like if you've had a bunch of fights, you might be slowing the roll and taking it easy. Ooh! Oh! Okay, so we have 666, devil. No, kidding. There's no devil here. Don't get scared, Gemini. So we have, well, the Six of Cups talks about an ex coming back, a lover returning, and a love reading. I definitely see, like, love return. It can also mean, like, sweet memories from the past. So if you are currently with someone, then you might, like, rekindle your love and talk about, like, memories whenever, you know, you guys were, just starting out as a couple, and oh, sweet. The Nine of Wands talks about unburdening yourself, so it's like delegating tasks, like lightening your load. What I feel like you're lightening your load with is, we have the Five of Pentacles here, and the Five of Pentacles is a card about abandonment, about loss, about like poverty mindset and lack. In this particular deck, it shows this elf who just wanted to take a nap in the nest. He wasn't hurting anybody, just wanted to like take a little rest, take a little respite, and then this mama bird comes in and says, "Get out of my nest, I don't want you cracking my eggs, these are my babies." So the message in this card is like, you were shooed off from a place that you didn't belong. So I don't feel like any lover is shooing away a Gemini. I feel like you are going to unburden yourself with this lover by saying, like, by sharing your feelings of abandonment. You might also have a lover who feels like they're being abandoned, so I would recommend that you show, like, give them gifts and show little acts of kindness to kind of buoy their faith that, you know, you're not going anywhere and that you love them. That could unburden them. But I feel like unburdening, like letting go of burdens is going to be expressing feelings of abandonment, feelings of loss, feelings of grief and suffering, whether it was from them, like from something in the past that they did, or whether it was from something someone else did. But the past is coming back. It's like you're moving on, and then the past is returning too. But the Six of Cups is usually sweet memories. So I think as nostalgia sets in, as you're reminiscing, good things are going to come with the bad. But these are going to be a way to sort things out so that you can move into more calmer waters with your lover. Oh, cute. I love this reading, Gemini. So cute, so cute. Let me see if I get any other messages. You could definitely be dealing with a Leo. And I would say to delegate some responsibilities to that Leo, delegate tasks to that Leo. Could be competing with an Aries. Or Aries could be... You could be competing with an Aries from the past. Or this Aries might have a lot of suitors if you're dealing with an Aries. This Aries might have a lot of suitors, but they hold you in their heart. Oh. I feel like if you do have feelings of abandonment, if you do have feelings of being like kind of kicked out of a place that you didn't belong, then you are going to find a place where you belong. See, this Hermit is holed up in this tree. He found a place. There's always going to be a place for you. And I feel like this Hermit and the Magician are like the same person, right? So this Magician he's able to manifest anything he wants into the world. He's able to manifest a home for himself, just find another home. It's like the same thing. Like he found a little hole here. He's trying to find a hole here, but it didn't belong. But he belongs here. Oh, and there's an owl. An owl, a bird. Oh, cute. I like this deck. It's so sweet. Can you guys see this? I just want you to get the full picture. Maybe you can write a dang story about it, you little wordsmiths. But, look. It's an owl and a magician. He's like a Merlin type of elfy character. And then an elf is hanging in here. He has his book. Can you see it? Has his book and his lantern. He just wants to read and be by himself. Cute. He's holed up in a tree. And then we have, let me show you, the elf being shooed out of his nest by the mama bird. But you belong here. You belong in your own little world, in your own space that you create. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great reading, Gemini. One of the best I've had in a while. I love it. Let me know how the new year is going for you. I love you very much, and I'll see you next month. Bye.